What is up, YouTube? HPJ here, and I'm coming at you guys today because it is time to talk, well, the other of the two structure decks for Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel, and that is structure deck Chimeratech Cyber. So, Chimeratech Cyber did get a major announcement. Not only do we know what the reprints are in the set, but we also have two new additional cards to add to the lineup. So, I hope you guys are excited about this because I certainly am. And I want to make sure that this video was better than the last one. So, here we go. So, starting off with the first new addition is Cyber Dragon Rocket. It is a level 8 light attribute machine type monster with 2100 attack and defense. Its effects reads, you contribute this card in attack position by attributing one light machine monster. You can send top card of your deck to the grave, then for the rest of the turn, this monster's name is treated as Cyber Dragon. Then you can choose one monster face up on your field and make it gain 500 attack until the end of the turn. So basically, this monster is a level 8 tribute that will treat itself as Cyber Dragon once a turn, and then also be able to give a monster on your side of the field 500 additional attack. Now, it doesn't seem like much, but if you use it right, you can give Chimeratech over Dragon some major attack points, so it can win you the game. Now, the next monster, just for reference, its name is Rocket. It's German for rocket. Just want to point that out. That's why I said Rocket, because I think that's how it's supposed to be pronounced, but I could be wrong. And then we have Cyber Dragon Duel, which is from the official card game. It's getting its release in Rush Duel. So level 4 light attribute machine type monster, 1500 attack, 1000 defense. And it says this card's name is treated as Cyber Dragon while in the graveyard. You can send one card from the top of your deck to the grave, and then for the rest of the turn, this card's name is treated as Cyber Dragon. And you can reveal one spell card in your hand to your opponent. I'm sorry. And then you, for the rest of the turn, this card's name is treated as Cyber Dragon, and it gains 300 attack. Then for the reprints, we have Cyber End, Cyber Twin, Cyber Rush, Technical Dragon, Cyber Koi, Cyber Assault Dragon, Cyber Search Dragon, 2 copies of Cyber Dragon, 2 copies of Cyber Processor, 1 Cyber Griffin, 2 copies of Proto Cyber Dragon, 1 copy of Cyber Coil. Again, so I guess there's 2 copies of Cyber Coil. I think somebody needs to correct this. 2 copies of Cyber Serpent, 1 Steel Mech Lord Mirror Invader, 1 Cannon Soldier, 1 Ultimate Flag Beast Lead Unicorn, 1 Ultimate Flag Beast Aim Eagle, 1 Crafter Drone, Power Bond, Evolution Rush Burst, Cyber Entry, Barrage of Steel, 2 copies of Fusion, 1 Multiple Attack Unit, and 1 Fusion Cancel. So, the lineup of things here for Cyber Dragon definitely are some strong pieces. Now, the big thing about this is that these monsters treating themselves like Cyber Dragon. This is accustomed to the Harpies, where it's funny because both of them are getting a structure deck at the same time. And I've already done the video on Harpie, so if you want to see it, please go check it out. And with this, I want to talk about this little information because these were the 2 archetypes in the game that will ever be known as the archetypes who have monsters who will treat themselves as that one particular monster, or will treat themselves as this monster, always treat themselves as this monster. And there's a reason why for this, because everyone knows in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game, the maximum 3 rule screws over a lot of decks, especially those who need the consistency of monsters who share the same name. This was an issue for Harpies early on in the years because there was only Harpie Lady, and then you have to mix between Cyber Harpie Lady 1, Harpie Lady 2, 3, and the normal monster. Oh, I already said the normal monster. But still, all those 5 monsters were treated as Harpie Lady. And the only exception was Harpie Lady Sisters, who, well, yeah. And then Harpie Girl is not treated as Harpie Lady, and Dragon's Dragon. So, yeah. This is part of the reason why later on in the years, as you saw the evolution of both of these archetypes, you start to see monsters who had the effects of this card is treated as this monster while on the field or in the graveyard. Or this monster, well, now the term is this monster thing becomes that monster. Because it fluctuates the deck, gives opportunities for more strategies, and allows you to hold on to various ploys that the deck unfortunately did have or did not have at that time. So it's nice to see that that evolution is going into Rush Duel, and I love how they're fixing that concept that definitely needs to be fixed here in the TCG and OCG. Now, as far as these cards go, these are great examples of good additions to their decks because of their abilities to be Cyber Dragon, but also give them buffs or give other cards buffs. Most of these are not going to stay on the field because most of the time you're going to either use Fusion to make them into Chimeratech Fusion Dragon, Aura Dragon, or you're going to use the other cards to go into Chimeratech Over Dragon, Cyber In, or even Cyber Twin. I think it's a good, like I said, these are great additions, and even so, being able to help fluctuate the abilities that are going on in the game because this is a lot. And it's a definitely good lot that you're seeing here. It's consistency, it's fixing issues with consistency, and it's making things playable. So even if there are certain cards that you don't want to run, you now have resources to use to fit into the deck so that you can have more of those resources, especially with Cyber Dragon and especially with their fusion setup, because remember, Chimeratech Over Dragon needs multiple machine monsters to fuse into, and I think this is where these monsters set up for it because they're able to send cards into the graveyard and then you can, banish. I don't think there's a banish mechanic in their game in Rush Duel, but I know there's like the multiple setups of monsters are returning cards into the deck to set up for fusion and stuff like that. So this really helps out as well. And I'm loving the fact that Sway is being added because this is another edition of monsters. So now you don't have to always rely on Proto Cyber Dragon. I think there was a couple of other Cyber Dragon S monsters that were added prior to this. So you can even make, mince those cards together. And the reprint lineup is pretty solid. So I think, honestly, if you're wanting to base a Rush Duel deck off of Zane Truesdale, this is where you get all your cards for. And it's definitely a big promise. So is there any other things I would like to say? Currently, no, because I think everything has basically been said, and I think this is a definite way of building a structure deck and getting people into the game if these are their first structure decks. So honestly, I hope, those who are playing Rush Duel or testing out the Rush Duel decks enjoy the new additions from Cyber Dragon. So let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think of the new additions for Cyber Dragon? Because I think these are really good. I think there's a lot of good consistency. I see a lot of issues being fixed. And yes, I do wish that they move a lot of these over to the OCG, TCG, because just like how I said it in Harpies, and I know many of you have said it in the comments, it's nice to see these Rush Duel cards come out, but we'd like to see them in the TCG, OCG, or even yet just bring Rush Duel over to the TCG. I mean, you want to do nothing with Speed Duel, so why not bring this over? Make it a physical thing like they did with that. So, alright, that is pretty much going to be it for HPJ. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel as it helps out tremendously. Hit the notification bell to be informed of when I upload more content to the channel. The socials are in the description box below. And I'll catch you all next time. HPJ signing out. Take care.